Hi everyone, it's Anasika here. I'm going to be making a shaker card with you today using dies and several Some Art Girl stamps. I start by cutting my window and frame out using my dies and a white cardstock. So by doing so, I get both the background and the frame cut at the same time, and I don't need to guess the measurements. So the background is going to be stamped with the Baker May clear stamp set by Some Art Girl, and I am using Hero Arts Ombre ink for this. This stamp is actually discontinued, but you can find loads of the May stamps or baking stamps in the Some Art Girl shop. And I really like how the ombre ink makes it a slightly more colourful than just yellow. Now, to add a bit more interest to the background, I'm using Distress ink and my sponge applicator to create like a softer yellowish background. I start with the lighter ink and go all around, and then I take another Distress ink pad that is a bit more orange for even deeper look, kind of makes it a bit more, I don't know, shadowy-ish. I guess that's depth really. Now for the frame that goes on top of that, needs to be in the same color, and I'm using the darker ink, the more orange one, to make the frame a bit more stand out a bit more from the yellow background. Now for the shaker card element, I am using a liquid adhesive that dries matte. I prefer the matte one because I don't want the glossiness to show through in case it gets smudged. So I have this clear film that I just put on top, that I just press firmly all the way through, and to be absolutely certain I have good coverage and no gaps or anything, I like to use a clear stamp block to put some weight on top of it. Then I just cut around to make sure I have no clear thingies looking from the end, I guess. A technical term, eh? And now my window is ready. And I plan on filling the shaker element with sequins, so I'm using foam adhesive to stick the frame on, and I'm just putting a very narrow strip all the way through. Now I've actually cut two more pieces. One is white cardstock and the other one is a yellowish glittery cardstock that will be underneath the main image. And here you see all the foam adhesive that is stuck to the let's call it a lid. Nothing will seep through. And I'm using the Some Art Girl sorbet sequins for this. So I'm trying to make sure I put enough, and actually I put quite a lot maybe it should never use that many sequins, but it's really hard to stop when you have all that yumminess right in front of you. So now just pull the backing off the foam adhesive and try to fit the lid as well as I can to the background of the image. And again, I'm using a clear stamp block to put some weight on it. Now I can shake it all around and see the image. Oh, and I forgot, I have the that yellow glitter Sakura pen. I traced the image using that pen, so the stamped image is also quite sparkly underneath. Now for the card base, I'm just using a Neenah Solar White cardstock, and I'm adding a bit of interest to the whole background. So I'm using 3 different colors of glimmer mists. One is a yellow, kind of a light orangey yellow, and then I have a gold and tinsel, which is really a sparkly grey. And when I'm adding that tinsel one, I kind of notice that I need a bit more darkness to the background, so I'll be adding a black glimmer mist as well. It just gives it a bit more contrast and makes it, I don't know, unflatten, if that is possible. Now, when I make sure the background is all dry, I'm using loads of foam adhesive on the back of the shaker element, because I really want that to stand out. And apparently you can never use too much foam tape, as you can see. And then I just stick this to the front of the card, not quite centered, but centered-ish, but making sure that I have some space for sentiment below. Now I'm using the sentiment that says celebrate, and I'm just using a black ink, VersaFine Onyx black ink, because I really like how crisp that stamps, really stands out. I was thinking about adding it to like a little banner and adding foam tape to it, but I thought it would be a bit too much. I already have the shaker window, so why not keep the sentiment as flat as I could? Now, sorry for my hat being in the way, but I just couldn't see what I was doing. And there you have the sentiment all stamped and ready at the bottom. So hope you like this little project of mine, and thanks so much for watching.